All right, Chicago, it is my absolute privilege to bring to the Nightmare Weekend stage at this time. He's the one and only Jackson with Grazer, everybody! Just dropping everything. I love it.
Yeah.
Hi.
Wonderful.
Yeah, just because.
Hey gang.
How you doing? And yours works.
Wow.
Hey.
Hey, beautiful people.
How are you enjoying Chicago so far?
Wonderful. I love the city. I love the windy city aspect. I love Portillo's. I love it here. I love it here.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
This is only my second time being here, and I haven't had the chance to like venture out yet.
You gotta venture out.
No, but I need to.
You know what's cool is that actually I just found this out is that at the Music Box, is that what it's called? The Music Box. Tomorrow there's a screening of this movie that I did called Friendship. So if you guys have nothing to do tomorrow at 4:30, I think, go see Friendship.
Yeah, that came out this weekend. Can you tell us a little bit about Friendship?
Yeah. It's a movie that I did. Period. No, it's a movie that I did in New York. And it's me and I'm in it, and Tim Robinson plays my dad, and Paul Rudd's in it, and Kate Mara's in it, and she plays my mom. Some great comedians in that movie, and it was such a dream to work with Tim Robinson. I love him so much, and Paul Rudd was actually, he played my dad in the first thing I ever did on camera. And actually, funny story, how I got this part was I took a meeting with the director on a Zoom, and I read the script, and it was so outlandish and so strange. So what I thought would work on this meeting was I was drinking, I had sunglasses on, and I was drinking a beer, like chugging a beer, and I was taking big bites out of an apple while he was talking. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know. I thought it would work. And it did work. So I guess, yeah, the lesson is take risks. Be yourself. Eat apples.
If we take anything away from this panel, learn to take a risk.
Learn to take a risk.
Yeah, and it's a comedy, right? Or like, how would you describe like the tone of the film?
It's weird. It's so weird. The whole time, Tim Robinson was like, I don't want to do any jokes. I don't want to do anything funny. But it's gonna be funny anyway because he's naturally funny. People like don't know whether or not to laugh when he cries because it's just for some reason something that's innately funny about him, which is his gift. But he was like every time in between takes, he was like, oh God, I just want to be in the car going home. But he was like, he's so stressed about making sure that it's a certain way. So it's funny, but it's also sort of dark and strange. The tone is very strange.
I love his Netflix show so much.
Me too. I love it.
So funny.
I think you should leave. It's so good.
It is so good.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, the last time I saw you, gosh, was that like at the end of last year? And it was like an IT reunion. So,
was that in Charleston?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God, that's a funny panel.
Yeah, we had so much fun. We had such a good
I
time.
don't know if you know this. I think I shouldn't say it.
What?
I probably shouldn't say it. I probably shouldn't say it. There's kids here.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
Okay.
It's funny though. Anyway, the panel was botched because of a decision that the boys and I had made to be juvenile before doing the panel.
Okay. So
But I think it served as the panel. We did this thing. Oh, one of those. What I can say is that we gave each other like challenges, prompts. We told Jackson that he had to say milk like 100 times, and then I kept having to apologize after everything I said.
Wait. I thought. I didn't realize that was what was happening.
Yeah.
This is all making sense to me now.
Yeah, I kept being like, oh yeah, we're good. It was like so special. I'm sorry, that's so basic of me to say. I kept apologizing and people were like, no, stop apologizing. For like the 30th time I apologized.
I just thought you were like the most polite person I'd ever met. And I was like, he's just so sweet and apologizing. And then Jackson talking about this was a thing.
And then Wyatt had one, I don't remember what his prompt was, and Jaden, he had to come on stage and be like, Joe! Because I feel like that's something he should do. It just matches his face and stuff.
Okay, I love knowing that like you guys still have such a fun relationship. How often do you guys actually get to be reunited?
Me, Wyatt, and Jaden hang out all the time. In New York, that's where they live, that's where I sort of live. I kind of sort of live in a lot of places, but I hang out with them all the time. We talk every single day. There's not a day that goes by. Yeah.
Were you a fan of like horror films growing up before becoming part of it?
I think so. I was a fan of all movies. I was a fan of movies that were good, and if they happened to be a horror movie, then I was a fan. I had seen it when I was a kid, the miniseries. My dad loved it, and I loved The Exorcist when I was a kid. That was one of my favorite movies. Still one of my favorite movies. Yeah, so I think so. I think I'm a fan of horror movies.
So you had seen the original miniseries beforehand. Did you like pull anything from it when you did like your character, or did you feel like you tried to stay away from it? How does that work for you?
I don't know. It's sort of this mysticism about acting that I'm just now starting to realize is I don't really know how to pin down or nail down whatever it is that I do. You can't talk about it. It's sort of like an unconscious thing. I can't really draw from a person necessarily. I mean, subconsciously I kind of do anyway. But it's hard to make an actual decision when you're in character. That Jack can make a decision in character to do something. So whatever happens when that red light goes on, whenever they say action, it's sort of out of my control. It's sort of just whatever, it's Eddie or whatever calling the shots, reacting to what's going on presently. And that's kind of a cool notion. But also when I was 12, when I was 13 or 12, when I made it, I had no idea the stakes of what I was doing. I kind of forgot the whole time that I was making a movie. I was just like, this is summer camp, and I'm hanging out with my best friends every day, and it happens to be on camera, and we happen to be running from a clown.
But don't you feel like that's a good thing? Because it's like you don't have the pressure to like keep remembering, like, hey, we're making this major, blockbuster.
Well, now, the older I get, the more like, self-aware and stuff I become. So I think about that I'm on a set now. And but it's always a cool like epiphany that I have. Every day I go to work, it's the most incredible thing. I get to be like, wow, I can't believe it. I just did a movie here in Chicago, outside of Chicago, in a town called Joliet, if you know where that is. Shout out Joliet! Woo! And it was great. There was a day that I was, one of the dreams I had, very specific, I was like 12 or maybe 10. I had this dream about, or fantasy rather, of like working on a movie set and in this sweltering heat in a desert. And I did that, and in this movie I did, called Ponderosa recently, in Chicago, in Joliet. Anyway, so dreams come true, it's really freaking cool.
Was this always the dream? Like, did you always want to be an actor?
I think so. One thing that's really funny is that when I was a kid, there was this thing, it was like draw a picture in school, it was like draw a picture, I was like maybe 7 or something. And they said, draw a picture of what you want to be when you grow up and write like a little sentence about it. And I drew a picture of me playing baseball because I was in, what's it called? What's it called? Junior, when you play baseball when you're a kid? Little League. Yeah, I was in Little League.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. I drew a picture of me playing baseball, and then I was like, this is a picture of me as a baseball player. And then I wrote, after that, I was like, actually, this is a picture of me playing a baseball player in a movie where I'm playing baseball in the heat and I'm sweating and it's great and I want to be an actor. And that was kind of what said it. I also did a lot of theater when I was a kid. So, I don't know, I kind of guess I've just been destined. It's sort of like been part of my destiny to be some sort of actor. Because if I wasn't doing it on camera, I'd be doing it in places that were maybe less appropriate. I'm always if I were to be a director, I'd be acting. If I were to be a bank teller, I'd be acting like a bank teller. So I'm sort of, maybe that's a deeper issue. Maybe I should talk to my therapist about this.
This is therapy.
This is like therapy.
We got you.
Hey, there's a confidentiality thing here.
Yeah, right. Sure. We'll have them sign the papers after.
I'm James.
You mentioned that you did theater as a kid. Is that something that you'd like to do again?
Yes. Oh my God. Sorry. I've gotten hounding my agents to get me a theater audition. I'm dying to do theater. I love it so much. And you don't make money doing theater, but it's the greatest expression. I was in New York and I saw Othello with Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal, and I walked out crying. It was like the most incredible thing that I've ever been involved in, watching that. It was so magical. I love theater so much. It's the best. And you know what's crazy? There's no Tony nominations for it, but it also is like the highest grossing. Like they made the most money because the tickets are like $900, which is ridiculous. But I was late to it, and I ran in, and as soon as I got in my seat, the lights dimmed, and the show began, and I was so close. I was like 6 rows up from the stage, and I was so close to my favorite actors of all time, and doing Shakespeare, which is like the greatest to me, medium of art, of acting ever. It was so, oh my God, it was so cool. And then I was like getting starstruck watching Denzel Washington's shadow cast on the backdrop of the stage. Like, that's Denzel Washington's shadow. And I'm flipping out over his shadow. I mean, look at him, he's like 6 inches across. But, oh my God, it was just amazing, amazing.
It's a great shadow.
Yeah, the greatest shadow! What a silhouette, he's such a powerhouse. He's a behemoth of an actor. He's like unstoppable. And Jake Gyllenhaal is like an assassin of the senses. He's so, like, poignant. He's so, to a T, perfect. Yeah.
We should do the rest of this panel in iambic pentameter.
We should.
That'd be
Yeah, with
awesome.
rhyming couplets also. We can do it.
So, if it's okay with you, like I mentioned, we do have a microphone, so whatever questions y'all might have, any questions
Or you can sing into the
whatsoever?
microphone, sing your favorite song,
Oh, yeah.
and I'll judge it.
Do we take requests like American Idol? Or
Yeah, guys, I want to hear 1,000 Miles by, what's her face?
Vanessa Carlton.
Vanessa Carlton.
Yeah.
Go. Come on, guys. Something.
What? Start singing it?
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. Staring blankly ahead, making my way through the crowd. What else? And I miss you, and now I wonder
Everyone!
if I could fall into the skies. I'm gonna sing the whole song. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I walk 1,000. You're the best! Look at that! It's the best! It's the best thing ever! Hey, thanks for that.
That's amazing.
That was amazing.
Jacqueline Grazer, you ready?
Thanks so much, guys.
Okay, it's all you. It's all you. Fashion icon, fashion icon. Again, any questions? It doesn't have to be a
Guys,
sing-along.
do it.
Anything.
Do it or I'm gonna die.
Or we'll literally just keep chatting and singing.
This guy's good.
Hello, friend. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Brian, and my question is, when you are working on set, what songs do you listen to more?
Good question. Great question. Guys, come up with questions like this guy. What's your name?
Brian.
Brian, that's right. You just said. Sorry. That's a boy, Brian. See, Brian is influences people. He's like a Renaissance man. So I make playlists. Great question. I make playlists for all of my characters that I play, and it's kind of music based off of what I believe or imagine my character would listen to. Music that I don't necessarily really like or enjoy, but that's also kind of the most fun part is like listening to. Like, for instance, Friendship, I played this character who they described him as a new metal kid, so I was listening to a bunch of new metal, and so I listened to a bunch of new metal. And so for every character, I just did a movie where this kid listens to a bunch of mumble rap, and so I listened to a bunch of mumble rap. So it kind of differs. It's always sort of relative to the character. Great question. Yeah, great question.
New metal, is that like Limp Bizkit?
That's like Limp Bizkit,
Korn?
like Tool and Korn, and yeah, Slipknot and stuff.
Oh, the best.
The best. I know, and I love it. I love it so much.
Hi.
Hey, Doug.
While you were filming it, where was your favorite area to like film?
Great
Like,
question.
favorite scene?
So we shot a lot in Port Hope. We shot in Port Hope, Toronto, we shot in Toronto at Pinewood Studios. We shot in a town called Guelph, which was maybe my favorite, because that was where we shot when we jumped up the cliffs in our underwear. Also, that was a great day. We just got to hang out in our underwear all day, which is like the best. And it was like allowed, and we got to have ice cream. There was an ice cream truck that showed up. It was awesome. So that was cool. And then also we shot in Oshawa. But yeah, I think Guelph was my favorite. Yeah. Thank you.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
I think mint chocolate chip ramen. It's so weird. I'm not an ice cream guy anymore. I think about ice cream in like a complimentary way to the main thing I'm eating. Like if it's like crumble or something or a pie. I think about vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna actually sit down and just destroy ice cream. Oh, do you know what it is? It's a Cherry Garcia. That's what it is. I love Cherry Garcia. Get down and eat be normal and eat Cherry Garcia.
Great choice.
Thanks.
Hey,
Do you have a favorite memory filming it?
Yes. Favorite. A distinct one is so hard to say. We had sleepovers like every night, hanging out, never ending being with each other for 3.5 months. The last day is the saddest memory because it was like, will we ever see each other? We have to see each other again. We were all sobbing in each other's arms. Like, we had fallen head over heels in love with each other, all of us, just almost like to a toxic degree. We were just obsessed with each other, codependent and just in love. But I think maybe even the wolf day, hanging out in our underwear was the best day ever, swimming around and eating ice cream. We had to do like school together because there's like set school, so we had to do that. And poor teacher, I felt so bad for her. We were pretty mean to her. We weren't mean to her. We were just like, we don't like school, guys. Hey, everybody, we don't want to do this. And we like throw pencils and break stuff. So every day was a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was scrolling on YouTube this one time and saw a video of you and an InCast eating steak and rating it.
What?
Remember? It was that meat video. It's on your YouTube.
Oh, it might be Is it V Team 2? Is it meat?
Yes.
Meat.
What was the background of that?
Yeah, so we made a video called V Team when we were filming it, and then we did a convention like this one, but we did it in Dallas, and I made like $200,000. No, I didn't. But the fire marshal did have to come because my line was too long. I'm not famous anymore, so that won't happen ever again. But we made V Team 2. Me and Finn decided that we wanted to make V Team 2, but it was like we had transitioned. We used to be vegetarian, and then we wanted to be meat enthusiasts. So then we found steak on the side of the road, and I took a bite of it.
Wait, what?
We found steak wrapped in a napkin, and we thought, oh, this is perfect. Maybe the video should be about meat. And then we love it now. And so then we picked it up, and we were like hanging out with it. And they were like, film this, ready? I'm gonna take a bite. Oh, wait, it's on camera.
On the side of the road, though?
Yeah, it was like
Hold on.
one strip of beef. And I did that. It's really gross. I did a lot of stupid stuff on camera just because it's on camera. That's what happened.
Wow. Yum.
How you doing, man?
Hey. There's an adjuster thing if you want to, if you...
Put the whole thing up.
Sorry, I'm a little taller than last.
Yeah.
My name is Sellers. I actually have 2 questions.
Take it away. I love to
What was your scariest day filming both of the It movies, and what was it like working on Shazam?
Great questions. The scariest day filming the It movie. So there was an AD, the assistant director, first AD, who was giving us scores at the end of the day, grades. And there was one day where I got an F- because I was like so obnoxious and distracted all day. I always get the worst grades. I did okay at high school though. But anyway, I got the worst grades. So that was a scary day. Oh, the scariest, we were never really scared, we were just exhilarated, I think. The day where I met Pennywise for the first time was a gnarly day. When he came, the first time I saw him was when he came out of the refrigerator and the camera was rolling, and that was my first confrontation with him, and I think that's the take they used in the movie. It was the first time I ever saw him, and it was a jarring experience. And filming Shazam was a dream come true. I've always been a fan of the Justice League, and I love Zachary Levi so much. He's one of my bestest friends. And Asher Angel is one of my bestest friends. All those guys are just wonderful. And that was a dream. That was the dreamiest experience ever. We shot that in Toronto too. In the dead of winter. It was one of like a record-breaking winter, and it was that part was horrible. Like shooting at 2 in the morning, and it's like negative 18 degrees. It was gnarly. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
and our lips were freezing. Yeah, crazy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Micah?
Oh, Micah.
Hi. So, you probably get this question a lot, but are you and the InCast still friends?
Yes. Yes. Is there anybody that's not friends with the cast? No. You know what? I got a really funny call from Sophia Lillis the other day. So funny. She's trying to do this new thing with herself. Maybe this is personal. Is this on camera? Maybe. Whatever. She's trying to be like, it's fun. Maybe she'll like this. She likes trying to be like sexy now. She's like trying to like enter like sexy mode. She's trying to be like, I'm a hot girl now. which is hilarious and really cool because she is a hot girl. She's beautiful. Anyway, she called me and she's like, "Hey, what are you wearing?" And this was so funny. And I was like, "What am I? What are you? Is this what I think it is?" And she was like, "Yeah, actually, no, I'm running away from a table read I just did." So anyway, she's hilarious. We're all still friends. Yes, Grazer goes. Also friends. Jeremy got married. Joseph's a boss. Jaden and Wyatt are losers like me. Finn is a hero of the world right now. He just made an amazing movie called Hell of a Summer. Go watch it. Yeah, we're all the besties. I don't know.
I saw it on the internet, which means it's probably not real. Is Chosen doing Power Rangers?
Guys, anybody know if Chosen Jacobs is doing Power Rangers? Answer this in the comments below.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, I'm Anne.
Hi, Anne.
What was your favorite scene to shoot with Bill?
Skarsgård? Probably the one where he comes out of the thing. Oh, you know what? There was a wonder. Yeah, probably the day where he comes out of the refrigerator and he's coming towards me. We did that about 17 times or more. And all my buddies were watching in the green room. I'm very excited. It was the first time we had all seen him in person because he was like cloaked up and had an umbrella over him all the time. We couldn't see him. The time I met him before that, it was in the table read and he was like normal Bill Skarsgård, and then he came out of the fridge and he was like relentless beast. And I was so afraid. But in a wonderful way, in a way that I was like, I think if I'm seeing you, it's like, this is unbelievable. And it was a genuine reaction that worked and complemented fear. So that was a really cool experience. To learn about also myself too. Really cool.
Shannon.
Hi, Shannon, good to see you.
Yeah, so I actually have two questions.
Love it.
One, how did you get into acting like as a career? And two, what was it like working with Finn?
Working with Finn. Okay, so how did I get into acting as a career? I was doing a lot of theater. My mother had a friend who's a talent manager who's still my manager now, cut two. And he came to one of my shows. I believe I was doing Fiddler on the Roof when I was like 8. I played Rep Tevye, which is very fun.
If I were a rich man.
And I bet I had a way higher voice then, but I tried what I did. Anyway, he came to one of my shows and he says, "Oh my god, this kid is fantastic. Let's send him out on auditions." And my mom was like, no, because you have like Corey Feldman. You can't let that happen. Just kidding. Love Corey. Shout out Corey Feldman. Who also went to the premiere and walked out, by the way, with all of his angels. It was awesome. So iconic. Anyway, I started going on. My first audition was for Paranormal Activity 3. And I got a few callbacks, and my mom was like, "Okay, he can go on one more audition, and then we're calling it quits." And then I got it. It was for like a Walmart commercial or something. So, yeah. And how was working with Finn? Well, the best. I don't think we together when we worked together, but I don't think we ever said a single one of our lines that were written. We were always like writing for Andy, the director. We were always like, "No, what's funnier is if we say this," and he's like, "Okay, it's great." So then we would just come up with lines all the time. We were having so much fun improvising. And he's my best friend. He's just a magical force. He's so much fun, and we lift each other up. I think, and there's parts of me that I don't. There's parts of him that he acquires, and then there's parts of me that I don't have that we like fit together like puzzle pieces. The parts that I'm missing, he has, and it's wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tatum.
Hey, you got an outfit on there. Is it an Eddie costume?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
So what was your so when you say theater, did you do like musicals or did you do more plays? Because I do those too.
Yeah, I did both. I did a lot of. I loved musical theater. I love musical theater. It's very fun for me. I love singing, and I'm not very good at dancing, as you might have been able to tell from my 1,000 Miles dance. But a lot of musicals and a lot of plays. I did a play once when I was a kid called something The Rats of Nim. Do you know this? You know this play? Something about the Rats of Nim. Yeah, rats in a play, and I play the rat. At this theater company that I never went back to called Yap in Malibu. Oh, wonderful. But mostly I went to the Adderley School. The Adderley School, I now have a scholarship for the Adderley School. I love it so much. I love it so much. Thank you. That is spaghetti.
Hi.
Hello.
My question is, what was your favorite movie to film?
My favorite movie to film? There was no experience like there's nothing that can ever come close to that. I will never have that experience again. There's never going to be, I just know this. And I'll work on great pictures and I'll have a lot of fun with acting and stuff, but that was so special. Like, what we had was so special, and I also came into my own head, I think. That's a funny sentence. I remember there was a time when we were shooting something and I became aware of my awareness for the first time, which I thought I was like, am I gonna be? I feel like high. I feel high forever. What's going on? But really, that was just just. Then I'm talking about this part of puberty where like you start thinking about what your brain thinks about, and you like have thoughts about what thoughts mean or whatever. And that happened on that. So it was all just like a really pivotal time in my life and super duper special.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, so I have like a little side note.
Glove.
One
Oh,
of
Simpson
my,
reference. Sorry. Go ahead.
one of my favorite scenes is the sewer scene where you and Finn are talking about that you might get crabs from your mom. And you guys are talking about gray water,
Yeah.
and that there's like, and about like what's in the gray water. I just think that scene is so funny. But my question is, how was it recording Luca?
Nice segue. Seamless. The recording was great. I recorded it in my closet, my mom's closet. So I didn't have access to her closet for about a year. It was full of Pixar stuff. Pixar's like, we had to put stuff on the walls, over her clothes, poor thing. And I had they gave me 2 iPads to read the lines and then do the Zoom. And a bunch of microphones we had to hook up and stuff. So that was cool. It was like right at the beginning of COVID, so everything was like remote now. But I got to go to the Pixar studios, which was really cool in Palo Alto. I think that's where it is, in San Francisco. It was very cool. And Enrico Casarosa is a genius. I had no idea what we were doing though at the same time. I was like, I had this girlfriend at the time, and I was like, okay, let's get this over so I can hang out with my girlfriend. I love my girlfriend now. I loved having a girlfriend, and that was new. But also, they didn't tell me what anything was about. I only got to read my scenes. I didn't know what the movie was about. But then toward the latter half, I got to see some like stills of what they were trying to do with the animation, and I thought, wow, oh my god, that's what my character looks like. This is really special, and this is way more than what I bargained for. Wow, this is so out of my hands now. This is so cool and so big. So yeah, it was really awesome, really special. Also, it was super hot in that closet. Super hot. It was summer and I was sweating bullets while doing that. And I also had a mop of hair. Oh, I have no hair now. Yeah. Big reveal. Thanks. Thank you.
It is like kind of crazy thinking back to like that time when obviously people still record in the closet and everything, but it's like you weren't just an actor at that time too. You were also having to be like an engineer and like you said, like be on these Zooms, and the fact that it all came together so seamlessly is wild.
It's also really weird doing now that it's such a normal, COVID's I guess over, right? I think it's like sort of, people have different takes on it, but I think it's over. I also think that the Oilers are going to win the playoffs. Oh.
Anybody?
Cool. Also, cool. What's up, man?
Hey, what's your question?
I have, if you want to do Othello, I've got a line for you.
Oh my god.
Reputation, reputation, reputation. I have lost my reputation, and with it my immortal self. I am a beast.
God, dude.
Gorgeous.
Wow.
Very cool.
Bravo!
Also, that takes a lot of courage.
What's your name? Tell us. David? David, what's your last name?
Lake.
David Lake? Great, you're a star. Man. Have you done Othello before? You do it on...
Yeah, well, I have done some scenes, but it's a matter of the voice and the throat.
Yeah.
So I just thought that it was.
David
Thank you
Lake.
so much, David Lake. Wow, what a star. Thank you. Wow, okay, I'm speechless now. I guess I was talking about something really boring and now I don't need to talk about it. Like Zoom meetings.
I don't know.
That was
the pandemic.
showstopper, man.
Dang. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left, so we can chat for a little bit if anyone else has any other questions. So obviously, yeah. What was it like being part of
You're
it?
so good at this. It's amazing. You know how to do
Really?
it. Yeah. You're so good.
Yeah, but you're such a good interviewee. Like,
Really?
you make this very easy. Yes. He's great, right? He's amazing, right? You're so
I
good.
don't mean it. Stop it.
No, it's true. It's true. How has like being part of a horror film like changed your perception of horror films?
Oh, great question. I'm less scared now.
That's good.
I think, because I know I could, but also if I do appear scared, if I do am in the theater and I do get scared, I'm like, oh, I know how they did that. They put the thing on a string. And it's kind of compensation, I think, also for me being action scared. It's hard to not get scared from stuff. I remember even after we did it, me and Wyatt got invited to go to the Annabelle Creation premiere, which that movie was like, fine, it was good. I like those movies, I like the Conjuring stuff. And we went there and we both had the job of like, we would cover our ears and I would cover, how do we do this? We both like, I somehow covered both of his ears and he covered my ears and eyes or something. We covered each other's, which is weird, I don't remember what we did. But we both were like so scared for some reason. But the time we got really scared, me and Wyatt were in Chicago. Oh my God, because I'm sure Wyatt's from Chicago. And we went to the observatory. Is that what it's called? Like the space thing? Is that that's called an observatory, right?
They're nodding yes.
Yes.
That is Eric? No.
Yeah, so we went there, and we went to the Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon space thing. And we got, it was just such an intense experience. It was so cool. Wait a minute, we love space and we love Pink Floyd. Hey, you're back.
Hi.
Thank God.
I have a really weird question. So,
I love these like so much.
so on your Instagram, you posted a photo of you sitting on a toilet. Can you tell me the story about that photo?
I don't really know now. What am I going to share my phone? What am I doing in the picture? Oh, you just trying. Oh, yeah, that's in my bathroom. Yeah, my friend David Baker, who's a photographer. Did I say that for the rest of this? No. My friend David Baker was like, I want to test out this new camera. So like, let's take pictures. And I was like, oh, I really want to take a picture of me putting my hand in the toilet. I've had this idea that I'm a guy like pooping with his hand in the toilet.
Visionary.
Like, but he's like weird. He's like strange man, and he's like, so I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to get it on camera, and I was like, oh, please take a picture of this. He's like, this is grotesque. I don't want to do this. Just do it. Take the picture. Hurry. I don't like my hand in here. Yeah, great question. The weirder the better. Anybody's got any weird questions? Like
Art.
Yeah.
Art. Hey.
What was like the hardest scene to film? In like a hard scene?
The hardest scene to film. Oh, well, maybe when I had to cry. There was a scene when I had to cry. I didn't really know how to cry yet because that felt like the most acting thing to me because I was just having, like, I was so happy. So it's easier to like transform happiness, I think, into like fear, or like joy into fear because it's kind of the same like excitement, sort of like the same jolt, rush thing. But I had to cry, so the acting coach who was on set and teaching it, Ben Perkins, was the most amazing gift ever to me. He was like, you know, Jack, I don't really think that you're that good of an actor. I really think that you're quite bad. Trying to make me cry. He was like, yeah, you kind of disappointed me, and your mum's probably really disappointed in you too. What? He's like, yeah, I wouldn't put it past her that she probably even dislikes you greatly. So that sort of made me cry, and then he's like, okay, and he told the director, he's like, get him on camera right now, go, because he's gonna cry. So then I did cry, and it worked. Like, it's what you do to 12-year-olds, that's how you make it. Also, you know what's really messed up, guys? Hollywood's like crazy bad, sometimes. You know how they make babies cry? They pinch their cheeks kind of hard. That's how they make babies cry in movies. Yeah, they like pinch them. That's nuts! Also, up until like the 50s, 40s maybe, when you see like a Western of like a bunch of extras in a fight, those guys were actually fighting. They would like get, like it was part of like community service for like people in prison. I'm telling you guys, this is crazy, I'm telling like 12-year-olds this. They get like ex-cons or like convicts in prison, out of prison, and they would take them to sets, and they'd be like, okay, so basically what you're gonna do is, you're gonna ride this horse off this cliff. And they're like, I have to? And they're like, yeah, otherwise you gotta do it. And so they would have to do it, and they'd get all like prisoners to do this. It's so messed up. So messed up. And sometimes people actually died. Sometimes people died. And they would like, and also horses like were just running off cliffs and dying. Like, for the sake of movies, bro. For the sake of celluloid. It's crazy. Sorry to burst your bubble.
Do you like working with people your age more, or do you like working with like people who are older?
I like working with people that are older, I think. I like older people. Kids are fine. I mean, I'm not a kid anymore, so I guess 21-year-olds are the worst. They're the worst. Especially 21-year-old actors are like the worst. Hell, I mean, here you go, here you go. Thank you. And she's over it.
Oh, wait, no, change. Oh, that is so sweet.
You guys
Oh
both
my
did great.
gosh, that is so kind.
Super amazing.
Okay, so we have a couple minutes left. How about if you
Lightning round.
had to survive a haunted house for a night, right? And you can have, I'll give you 2 of your fellow cast members from any of your projects. Who do you think could help you survive the longest?
In a haunted place? A real haunted place? Like real
Yeah,
haunted-
sure. Let's go like poltergeist,
Like real-
ghosts,
yeah.
like spooky.
Who would I bring? Probably someone like deeply religious. Like a real good Catholic. Maybe like Grace Caroline Curry. Oh, no, she gets scared though. She was in Shazam with me. She was like fearless. Asher Angel's sort of fearless. Oh, you know who I bet wouldn't be that scared is Helen Mirren. I bet she'd be like, these ghosts are just ghastly beings. Don't worry about them. And she'd like shoot one, and it would work. And that'd be sick. Or she'd like be like the power of Christ compels you, and then the ghost would like melt. And then who's another person? Maybe my a castmate or just anybody.
Sure.
Maybe my grandpa, because my grandpa would be like,
Yeah, this is a bug. This is a little bug.
don't worry about that. I don't know, that's paper or something. And then I'd try to like fall into his delusion, and I'd be like, you're right, it's just paper. Because he wouldn't think a ghost is a ghost. I remember when I was a kid, I thought we lived in this apartment, I thought it was haunted, and I kept telling him like, Grandpa, I think my like stuffed animals are moving. Also, I actually do think that place was haunted. It definitely was. I like always seeing apparitions and stuff, dude. It was really spooky. But also, I was hallucinating a lot when I was a kid. I was on this medicine when I was a kid. I had ADHD, so they gave me this medicine, made me hallucinate for like a year, which sucked. And it was super weird. So part of my childhood was like really muddy and weird. But I was like 6. So I kept like hallucinating ghosts in my place, and I kept going up to my grandpa and being like, Grandpa, there's ghosts in here. He's like, oh, those aren't ghosts, buddy. That's just what life will do to you. It'll show you stuff, make you, like, if you're on the road for too long, it'll show you stuff. Like, life will do that. And I thought that was such a cool philosophy, like, life will just do stuff to you. Like, stuff is coming at you. That's so interesting.
I feel like we know your grandpa now.
Yeah, he's
This
a
is great.
wonderful, wonderful guy.
And I have to ask though, because obviously now we've heard your grandpa, we've heard Helen Mirren. Do you do a lot of impressions? Because these are great.
Oh, I've been doing impressions, I forgot, yeah. My Helen Mirren could have been better.
She would approve.
She told me a story once. Here's a Helen Mirren story, and then I'll let you guys go, because I know this is unbearable for you.
That'll be fun.
I'm kidding. Thank you for showing up. Helen Mirren once told me that she used to do theater with Anthony Hopkins and Julie Andrews and all these great old English actors, Peter O'Toole, and they would do this thing to like mess each other up on stage, where they would fart. Like whenever they felt like they had to fart, they would just fart. Like her and Anthony Hopkins. Oh, and what's her name? Maggie. What's her name? She's dead. She's gone. Maggie Smith. Yeah, Dame Maggie Smith. Rest in peace. She would also be farting. Like, they'd be just farting on stage to like flub each other's lines. And Anthony Hopkins farting to me is so funny. And especially Helen Mirren farting is like, I love Helen Mirren farting. Also, one time I got really in trouble on the set of Shazam too, because we were on this rooftop in this soundstage, and I jumped. Also, this place actually kind of filled up since I've been talking, which is cool. I jumped off of the roof of this thing. It was like 5 feet onto a mat because one of the characters had to walk. And I was like, Helen Mirren, if I jump off of this, will you laugh? And she's like, yes, cool. I'll always laugh at you. You're wonderful. And I was like, yes. So I did it, and then I got brutalized. I got yelled at by the AD. He was like, I will end your life. It was so intense, and she was like over in the corner, like snickering, like Reagan from The Exorcist.
She kept her word.
She did. She laughed at me. And she always laughs at me. It was great. I was always trying to make her laugh. I couldn't pull a fart off though for some reason. I wasn't, because I also semblance of me wanted to seem attractive to her because I think she's so smoke show. So I wasn't gonna fart in front of her because I thought that would make me look less attractive. But maybe in retrospect, it would have made her like me more. I should have farted on Helen Mirren.
Well, I hope you get another chance.
I'll get another chance one of these days.
Yeah, one of these days. And I feel like there's not a better way to wrap up the panel on that incredible story, except I believe, hopefully, we have a photographer. Do we have a photographer and then we can all take a picture together?
Yeah.